My name is Orlando. I'd like to talk to you today. The time is about 11:50, January 26, 2016. Before I tell you this story, before I tell you anything, I want to let you know two things. I don't lie and I don't steal. It took 16 years for this to come all the way around. Okay? No one can call me a liar. DA, detectives, the police, the judge, all the way to Lex Crossings, State Hospital, and back. No one. Okay? And if they call me a liar now, they're the ones lying. I want to take you back to 95. Before I do, I want all you Latina mothers out there, especially if you come from Panama. This is your beautiful daughter, okay? All you Latinas, all you black mothers out there, black women, all you black mothers out there, this is your daughter also because she's dark skinned, okay? All you white women, if you're not prejudiced, this is your daughter. All you Asian women, this is your daughter also. But I want you to understand this also. If this person was white, this would have never happened. Believe that. When I get done with this, I don't care who you are, okay? You can be my mom, my dad, you can be anyone. You can be a UFO, you're guilty. Especially you people that are officers of the court, okay? Officers, period. Detectives, district attorneys, judges, PMP, anyone. This is you. I don't care who you are. You're wrong. I don't care how long you've been on the job. What you did was wrong. Let me start by saying also, sometimes in life, the person that loves you the most says the ugliest things about you. Unfortunately, that person should have never said that. But that happens. People are officers of the court, that's your job to understand that's what happened. But instead of doing the right thing, you chose to do the wrong thing. Mind you, it took 16 years to come around. Okay? And no one has the right to do what they do, only their job to find the truth and take care of it that way. But some people don't want to do that. They think they can get away with murder. And this is how your daughter died in Las Vegas. Okay? And for all you gentlemen out there, or women that have relationships with someone older, like for example, I'm 15 or 20 years her senior. Okay? I want you to look at this also. I'm going to be as calm as I can through all this. I'm going to try to be. But at the very end, you have to understand, I am coming to get you. Because I told you 16 years ago, I was coming to get you. And I'm going to come get you. Okay. Now, sometimes when you have someone that is in an environment that gets high in an environment, it might not look like a drug environment, but it is. Because even if it's one person that you poison, how do you get that person from those places? Tell me. Huh? You have agencies to get someone out of a cult. You have people like that, but you don't have no one to get the love person that you love from these drug houses that they slamming or getting high in, unless you do it yourself. Okay, understand. All right. Also understand that sometimes when you're young, 28 years old, you say things wrong, you listen to the wrong people. Okay, so I'm going to break it down. Let me tell you about a beautiful young lady I met. She was 22 years old. From Panama. Her name was Violeta Sanchez. Beautiful Panamanian. Viajó con Coco. 1995, I was in Laughlin, Nevada with one of my seniors, because that's what I do. Hang out with my seniors. And one of my seniors was great at craps, so we go up there for tournaments. This particular day, someone sees a beautiful young lady inside the Ramada, around the table there, beautiful dark-skinned, beautiful woman, young woman. I walked up to her After I checked in my senior, gave her my card. She gave me the ugliest look you can ever see at somebody. She gave me this ugly look. And I said, oops, here we go, All right, it's going to be a lot of, little lengthy, so please hang in there with me, okay? So now she gives me this ugly look, and I said to myself, oop, I did the wrong thing here. About 2 weeks later, though, I get a phone call. And so when I get this phone call, she calls me and says, do you remember the young lady you met at the Ramada in Laughlin? I said, yeah, the one with the kind of my family, the ugly face. She goes, yeah, I'm sorry. I said, okay, cool, Then she proceeded to tell me the story. What happened was it was at the store, waiting in line, and Mexicanos were behind them. No disrespect to my Mexican people, but they were talking about they never had no black, so-and-so, big butt, black butt, and all that. They didn't know she spoke Spanish too, you see? So now, right? She turns around, she blasts them, she lets them have it, right? What you get for opening your mouth. So of course I come 15 minutes later, hey, here I am. And she gives me the ugly face. Oops. So now when she told me the story, I said, cool. All right, so I had to go back to Laughlin. So I did. I went back to Laughlin. We had another tournament, so we went to the movies. Had a good time. 2 weeks later, she's back in town after babysitting Laughlin. She's with her aunt. So I go over there to pick her up and take her out. While I'm there, though, I'm waiting for her, I'm talking to her aunt. Some things she said kind of strike me kind of funny, but I'm not going to say nothing. So we go to dinner. As we going out, she starts telling me that she kept picking up the phone, collectors were calling, and and also she was meeting a lot of white guys and stuff, and kind of put two and two together. And I said to her, I think your aunt is trying to sell you, And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, not like that, not like a puta or hooker or anything like that, but it's like a matchmaker without you knowing. And they do a lot of that. Like they just bring somebody, hook you up with somebody, and they get paid without you knowing. She got very upset about that. She thought I was, full of crap. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and I'm gonna let you know whether you like it, the truth or not. So I figured, well, I'll never see her again. So I get a call a few weeks later, and she's at the Greyhound, coming to see me. I said, cool. I picked her up. Then I went to work. I gave her some money. She went to the store. I got back from work. All of a sudden, she's crying. I come in and said, what's wrong? What's the matter? So I thought my dog was over bitter, but my dog didn't, So she holds me, and starts to cry. And she tells me, I was at the store. And some lady came up to me and asked me how was my husband. And I told her, what do you mean? I don't have a husband. And all of a sudden, the lady was telling her what I had told her. I was trying to tell her. She was like a matchmaker, but she wouldn't have known that happened. So ever since that day, she never left. She fell in love with me, and I fell in love with her. Okay, so now, time goes on. I introduced her to a lady named Frances Kresge. Now, I knew Fran from the block. I knew her and 3 other people on the block. That was she lived off Sweeney. 3 other families. Now, mind you, Vicky initially went down there to babysit. Nobody ever mentioned that. They mentioned that she was a roommate. They mentioned this and that. But she wasn't a roommate. Okay, none of that. Went down there to babysit. But Frances Kresge had something else in mind. Trying to poison her. Poison her what she said about me, poison her, whatever it is, all kinds of stuff. Okay? Now, time goes on, and she's changing. Attitude was changing, things were happening between us, So I let her go ahead and stay down there, go ahead and take a break or something, all right? But she wasn't coming home, and she was getting worse. Something told me she was on some drugs. So Ernest, who I don't really know, Ernest Saray, whatever you want to call, was my next door neighbor. I helped him with a situation. He helped me that day pick her up out of there because I had to go get her because I knew she was on something. Mind you, the door was open. I went through, like it says on the report. Didn't mean to scare the little girl. That was the last thing I wanted to do. Went in the room. I gave her a good shove. Okay, I'm not going to hit her. I gave her a good shove. She landed on her butt. I grabbed her arms and held it and took her. I said, let's get out of here. Mind you, you understand? Nobody else is going to go in the place and take their. Who's going to get the person you love out of a drug place? Who? Unless you do. Okay. So now I take her home. We home. We argue, we toss, we fight, whatever. Not physically, but violence. She scratched me in my face. I tried to block her, my mom, you know. And when things happen like that, you want to make love, she's going to say no. You go back and forth. That's how it goes. And all of a sudden, you make love. After we finish making love, it's a day later now. All right? I get a knock on the door from uniform officers from Metro. Francis Kresge called the cops and said I kidnapped her, and these friends, so-called friends that live in the back, said the same thing. Officers come and find out that's not the case. Officer asked me, what happened to you? And I told him, excuse me. He says, what's wrong? Friends don't like you. I said, man, I don't know them. Those are her friends. The officer proceeded to tell her, you need to go back there and take care of this because somebody's starting some stuff here. So they left, and she was tired. Like I said, we just had some sex again and whatever. I let her go to sleep. She wakes up, and I said, a couple of hours later, I said, you need to go talk to him. She didn't want to. So I said, hold on, what are you trying to do here? Set me up for something? I don't know. So I said, you know what, get up, you gotta go. Mind you, I put her in the cab. And there's a lady named Liz that lived back there that I didn't really know. But I remember her coming to the house, looking at Vicky. I let her look at Vicky. I don't know who she was. But somebody started something. Okay. Send her. And the lady see me put in the cab. Prior to that, she had told me when she see me outside and now when I put her in the cab, she told me that the cops thought that was bullshit, the people back there, but I don't know who they are. I don't care. So when I put her out, it was Sunday morning. Okay? Well, it was Saturday evening, I believe it was still Saturday evening, my bad, but whatever. Anyway, Sunday morning, they take her to the hospital for checkup. Right? So they go see the nurse, Marion Adams, the shame nurse, from what I can read on the report. The report says I didn't do anything. There was no trauma, there was no semen. If this gets to you, Mr. Wilson, please look at this, Mr. Wilson. Please, this is your daughter. Okay, I want you to understand. You used to be my neighbor. I don't think we really know each other. You was on 7th Street, I was on 8th Street. You had your office there, you still do. And my dog and I, Zorro, we would walk the neighborhood. I talked to you briefly a couple of times. I used to have a ponytail in the back. But nevertheless, Mr. Wilson, now you are where you are. Please look at this. This is your daughter. And I'm talking to you white pieces of shit. Detective Huggins, you white piece of shit. Miss Mary Kay Holsters, you white piece of shit. Jennifer, dishonorable Jennifer P. Tagulagli, whatever the hell you say your name. Tagulagli, whatever, however you want to say it. Can't even say it. All right? You PNP, Lloyd, right? You, Miss Christie, you, Mr. Mitchell, all you people, when I get finished, every single one of you, hopefully, Mr. Mitchell, I'll give you a chance, but let me get to that. You, Detective Huggins, let's start with you. First, Miss Christie, you're the one that started all this. I'm going to get to that. Now you come in, Detective Huggins. You know that Sunday morning, whatever time it was, you took her to the hospital. You found out there was no semen, no trauma. You knew this already before you came to my house that night. Why did you come to my house when you already knew nothing happened? You didn't come to get my story. You came to get my blanket because you were looking for something else. Is that procedure? Okay. No problem. But tell me, is it procedure for you to call a citizen and when he tells you he can't make it that day, can you make it tomorrow? You say, fine, but stay away from her, you psycho. Is that a part of your procedure? No. But that was it's part of your bullshit to catch somebody in a trap because you already knew that never happened. Okay? You knew this. But you continue this charade. Let's go. I'm going to put my 99-cent glasses on. Okay? Excuse me. Okay, so now, you hear some noise in the background, doing a little working next door in the apartment next door. So let's go over here to the voluntary statement, Mr. Ernie Saray, and once again, he wasn't my friend, none of that. Okay? So, and I think Ernie is also Vegas, serve Vegas or whatever. I'll find that in a minute, but we'll get to that. Excuse me. Let's stick to this. Anyway, right now, what I'm going to do is go to page, right? Volunteers. And this is statement. This is how dirty Detective Huggins is. And let me tell you something, Detective Huggins. I don't know how you got on the force. Now I'm an ex-convict because of you, and you are a disgrace to me. Like, don't figure. All these years, people have turned an blind eye about the shit you've been doing. I'm not even sure how you won that force. But I'm not going to turn a blind eye. I told you 16 years ago, I'm going to kick your ass, and I'm coming to kick your ass. You think you got away with murder. It's not going to happen. Believe that. You're going to have to kill me, bitch. So let me continue. Excuse me. So here, let's go to page 15 on the voluntary statement. All right, from Ernest Saray. Event number 010211-1901. I want to take you to page 15 under the voluntary statement. On the corner it says 16. Now, if we're going to notice, you're going to see Detective Huggins answering instead of asking questions some places. It's going to be, she thinks she's smart, thinks all this, but this is how despicable, this is how dishonest, this is how she did everything to go around. She did no protocol. She didn't want to, period. None of that, mind you, all right? Because she stepped into it. Remember, the officer that came Saturday, what's the odds of that officer coming again on a Monday? Hold up, before we get to that. Here's Sunday, right? You already arrested me, or whatever. You talking to Ernest, but it was not Ernest on page 15. So not only are you hiding the person that's trying to tell you something by the name of Liz, she's the one volunteering the rest of it, and you stick it right with Ernest. You leave it on the Ernest, okay? That's how despicable and dishonest you are, Detective Huggins. How many times have you done this? I wonder how many people you put away with this kind of crap you pull. It's time for you to go to prison. Well, I'm going to come kick your ass, one or the other, or you'd like to kill me. Okay? Bet me. Okay. So, if you go down and you're going to see question, answer, the last four on the bottom. You're going to see question, what's her name? Her name was Liz. Okay? Now, Liz is who she's talking to now. But, I mean, you'll see that she'll be talking to Liz in a minute here. Okay? Okay. But I don't know her last name. All right? All I know is she lived down there, and I saw her, over there, and I talked with her, blah, blah. Right? Now, Detective Huggins goes and talks to Liz. Not yet, but she's talking. We'll go to the next page, 16. After talking to Crystal, too. Exactly. I'm telling you. I said, my impression, right? That basically, we were just down talking, blah, 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 blah. So, okay. We were talking, okay, now here. Or less, I don't know, if you read this, I don't understand, so I can't read it. So, look, it doesn't make sense the way Detective Huggins was doing this on purpose. All right? So, Okay. Now, there's going to be a question that says, right, I was, the last now, when was the last time did you see her physically, see her? What the hell that mean? Answer, okay, I understand that. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, then the next day, okay, which was Friday, he helped me to look at her. She was lying here. Okay, now this is Liz talking. Okay, I'm sorry, you have to look at 16. You see what I can't understand what she's saying. Now this is Liz talking. She looked okay. You know, she didn't look at me, right? She was sleeping. I didn't see. I seen the part, and I seen the side of the face, and I didn't see no problems. Yeah, you see breaking off. Now check. Question: what did he say? Anything? Answer: you see, you see. Well, I only got really just the kind of look. Okay. Question: were you just coming to check on her? Generally. This is not Ernest she's talking to. This is Liz. This is how despicable Detective Huggins kept it under Ernest. And I'm going to show you why. We're going to continue. 17. Voluntary statement 18 on the top right. Okay. So were you worried about her? In a way. All right. Well, I was just with them. All right. I was just with them. I'm talking with them and this girl here too. Then yeah, you know, I was trying to, see, you know what? All right. So he allowed you to come and go and see her. Okay. Yeah. I'm just not I'm just not talking to try to get him in trouble. I don't even know who she is. Well, I know. No, that's not the question. See, Detective Huggins saying, I know. That's not a question. That's an answer. Now here comes an answer. He he just said yes, thinks he's right, and and that he carried it out. See, she don't even know me, and she's trying to tell us something. But Detective Huggins not listening. Question: so you saw her Saturday, and then when the next time you saw her, do you think? Answer: I think I didn't see. I haven't seen her since. Oh, okay, that's not a question. That's an answer. She come. She look the Vicky she's talking about. She had come over one other time after, and that I saw just before you guys came down. This has got nothing to do with Detective Huggins. This happened a couple of days before because someone came at my door acting stupid. So I guess they got me put the stuff in the piece. Okay. I think I was okay, cause I don't understand. But now here goes Liz saying, no, 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 not right now. That was another time before. But Detective Huggins wants to grab it and use it. It has nothing to do with the case. But there was a patrol officer out there on Saturday. Now watch what happens. The officer came. Right. That's not an answer. That's a question. And then you guys came back again. It has nothing to do with checking out. Okay. Right. Then you guys came back again. What about after the officers much were there? He said, now the cop is telling her, Liz, that, right? Telling Liz, all that was bullshit. That's all bullshit. So the cop knows that somebody is starting something. This officer in the uniform. Detective Huggins don't give a shit. Okay, now this is what happens. All right? She says, it's all bullshit. All bullshit. Now on page 18, that's where I'm at. On the voluntary statement, corner 19, right corner. Okay, so now, this is Detective Huggins asking her, this is the question, were you there? Were you here when they were talking to the officers? No. Detective Huggins wanted that no. I'm going to tell you why she wanted that no. She says, okay, this is why she asked to know. Saturday, the cops came. That shows right here. The lady's telling the cops that was all bullshit. Detective Huggins, she don't give a shit, right? What are the odds of the same cop coming on a Monday? But that same officer came on the Monday, right? Detective Huggins started that shit on Monday with me so she can arrest me because she had no case. But she asked Liz that question, not because she wasn't there, because she wasn't, but because she's not going to she's not going to call the cops, she's not going to go protocol and say, hey, what's going on over here? No, she said, fuck that. I'm going to get Mr. Delgado. I'm not going to say anything to the cop. Now, come Monday, that's exactly what happened. The same officer that was there Saturday came Monday. That's when Detective Huggins looked at me and he put his hands up and put her hands up in his face and said, I don't give a fuck what he says. Bingo. There you go. Now you know what Detective Huggins did. Bitch, I'm coming to get you. This ain't over. You see, this is why she asked Liz that question. Aren't you supposed to do protocol and call that officer? This lady's trying to tell you something. Now watch. So, were you there? She said, no. Question. That's not a question. Oh, right. Okay. The Detective Huggins, where it says question, she's answering. Right. Okay. And then, okay. Question. Okay. Because I didn't look, because I didn't, it's not mine. She doesn't want to talk to me. See, it doesn't make no sense. I don't think myself, as he come over and I guess sure hours, an hour after hour and a half after her cab. Okay, I don't understand. Believe me, I don't understand. I'm trying to read it to you because I didn't not see. She didn't want to talk to me. I don't think myself. As I come over, I guess an hour and a half. He put her in the cab. I put her in the cab. Detective Huggins knows this, but she's not. She don't give a fuck. See, excuse my language. She doesn't care. She don't care. She got in the cab and went home. By the way, that was in the homes where we were at. Question, what did he say after that? Well, he said, that's all bullshit. No, that's the same thing the officer said. And I didn't know that. This is what the lady, but she told me that. I said that. Okay, let's go to 19. Now watch how she asks the question. She's not asking. She's directing it, trying to tell her. Did he tell you that they got into a fight, fist fight? You see what she's doing? We ain't got no fight. She's taking shit and keep using it, huh, Detective Huggins? Look how sneaky you were. This is not Ernest. You used Liz and kept it into Ernest. Not really. Did you see any scratches on him? No. I didn't notice much anything. Okay. So that's not a question. I didn't really look at to tell you the truth. Okay. And then he just told me that he shoved her off in the car and then and that was it. You know it? Okay. Now that's involvement or whatever, I don't know. I mean the whole lot of shit they're talking and listening. In other words, she's trying to tell the officer, Detective Huggins, these people talking shit, and she's listening. These people putting stuff in her mind. Yeah, well, okay, listening. Yeah, well, that's he does. See, now she changes it. See, she said, yeah, that's what I do. No, she's not saying me. She's talking about them. I mean, a whole lot of shit they're talking and listening. See, it ain't me. Detective Huggins trying to direct it towards me, bitch. Coughing, excuse me. But I sat here with her. She was sitting there, and that was her. Okay. And that was what. And then I tried to tell him before, you need to, you know. But when was that? Answer. It was I'm 20 now. Sorry. That was the day before. The day he went to jail for a whole. You know what I'm saying? disturbing the peace. Has nothing to do with the case. When I watched Detective Huggins grab this, what was he doing? What incident about? See, what do you care? It got nothing to do with it. Well, that was supposed to have that some other guy, her and okay, that her and him and some kind of thing going on. Kind of old friends. I don't know who he was. Okay, I don't know who they are. Yeah, you know that kind of number. And I did something. I did something. Took care of the dog, all that, and was yelling at her, being jealous over. I don't know what the hell. See, you look at it. This don't make sense. Was that about the size of it? Has got nothing to do with this case. And there was, I'm saying, and that was, I don't know necessarily some, see, I can't even read it. Must been some jealous, or maybe he just more or less didn't know. He didn't believe she was did anything, and he was very adamant about that. He didn't believe that she been screwing or anything. But at the same time, he's mad because he look. And this is Detective Huggins saying, because at the same time, he likes this guy. Oh, she likes the guy. Now Detective Huggins trying to change it up here. He likes the guy. I ain't never been into no manslaughter. I never will be. So Detective Huggins, you're being told something here, okay? And this guy, then these girls are going to her head full of shit. This is what the girl is trying to tell Detective Huggins, that these people are pulling up full of shit. Okay, so look at it on 20. All right, please. Page 20 voluntary statement. All right. Now, but some ways, I think over 6 years, that is there some whatever. Sure it is. See, that's not a question that Detective Huggins is talking answer. But there's some really legit things. Okay, that's really over there. Maybe they need to get away from each other. I tried to say that more time. I see her, yeah. You see, I don't know what the hell. It don't make sense. I gave her time, and all I got was she said sighed, and I don't think that he lies too much. She don't even know me. You understand? I don't lie, period, but she don't know me, so she's saying you don't lie too much. You don't lie at all. People are what talking will build up their side. No, I didn't build up my side. Detective Huggins tried to build up the side. Sure, of course, that's all they see, right? Their side. I said, you need more time. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is stuff is too taken care of. I gotta settle, resettle. Right. I don't know. Look at it. I can't even read it. All right. She is that way. She is said. He is that way. Okay. Now, mind you, here we go. Last page, 22. All right. And one of the fellows he wanted to get with her and talk said, "Look here," and show her, that they are trying to prove that they're trying to prove this before what they were saying. Yeah, in which there probably a lot of shit they are talking, whatever the word, building in your head. I can't understand it, really. Look at this. Detective Huggins not even writing it right. She's just skipping stuff. But there are still, again, some very, very personal things. Yeah, see, somebody's putting something in your head. Detective Huggins knows this. They thought they ought to, address. Yeah, okay. This will be the end of the voluntary statement. Yeah, whose voluntary statement? Yours, Detective Huggins? Because obviously it has to be. Because you never had Liz make a voluntary statement. You kept it under Mr. Ernest Saray. Okay? Event number 01. 0211-1901. And the reason, once again, you ask all these questions, because you wasn't going to call that officer. You didn't give a shit. I'm going to get Mr. Delgado. And when that officer came that Monday, you looked so stupid coming across the street, you had to continue with this array. You had to continue. You a sick motherfucker, lady. And I don't know how long you've been in that force, but I'm going to force to kick your ass. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep talking like this. I told you 16 years ago I was going to kick your ass. And you, Mr. Mitchell, if he's still with her, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because you, Mr. Mitchell, knew something was wrong, and you never came back. You punk. Let me continue. So now, you see what happened? How Detective Huggins did this? Now, this is Detective Huggins with your daughter. You know she's threatening her. You know she said all kinds of things to her. You know this. Now here comes Miss Holstis, right? Deputy District Attorney, another white piece of shit. Holstis, Mary Kay. You have a lot of nerve, ma'am. You have a lot of nerve. I'm going to get to you, and I'm tell you why at the end, why it took this long. Because of you, Mary Kay. You're the one that opened your mouth. I haven't seen you in years, but we'll get to that. Now here, we know that never happened. So what is the best way to get a 28-year-old that comes from another country? You already know she's illegal. She has no passport. She wasn't born here. She has no security number. She has no job. She has no ID. What's the best way to kill her? Right? You already knew you had no case. But do I blame you for her coming in there? Hell no, she should have never done that. Absolutely not. But she wasn't behind her. It was Frances Kresge. I'll prove it to you. It was her, Frances Kresge, that was behind it. We'll get to that. It took me 16 years to talk about it. I will continue to talk about it. Now, mind you, check this out. So now, I go to preliminary, right? I get arrested because now she's, and they continue with this sexually assaulting. That's pretty sick, No case. You already look stupid in front of that officer. I'm sure the officer didn't say nothing. Make sure he didn't. See, you're wrong right there. Should have never went to jail, period. You put protocol, you've lied, you've done everything. Now, you, Mr. MacArthur, Jonathan MacArthur, sir, you have an opportunity today when you see this video to do the right thing. You knew back then I was not. You knew back then I wasn't guilty. You knew back then the truth. All right? But people like you, if you ever want somebody to respect you, you want to be a judge, I've seen you billboards, you want to be somebody, you have to step up and do the right thing. Unfortunately, a person like you, where I come from, the Bronx, would call you an Oreo cookie because you crumble as soon as something happens. And that's what you did. Okay? Now, here's preliminary. This is how sick Miss Holstis is. She didn't have a case, so she beats on this 28-year-old, threatening her. You got Detective Huggins outside the courtroom with her, okay? Right? You got the DA who's pissed off at her, knowing she didn't have a case. You know what they did to her? They said, you know what? We're going to blame him anyway. That's exactly what they did. They blamed me anyway, because they can. Who are you to come up in here, you fucking Pomeranian, to do this shit? No, bitches, she's Panamanian, all right? Let's get that shit straight. But am I angry at you for her to come in, listen once again? No, that was wrong. But we're the mature ones. And you couldn't forgive her? You knew she lied to you. How many people have lied to you, Miss Hostess? How many people have lied to you? Huh? So you're going to take this little 28-year-old, make an example of her? By making sure you can put the blame on me and to everything, even put the blame on me when she died? We'll get to that. Stick with me. You'll see. Let the DA open the mouth 16 years later. Maybe 14 years later. We'll see. You'll see when I get to it. Now, so here we are. preliminary. This is how sick she is. When I was a kid in New York, in the Bronx, I used to go polish shoes around Yankee Stadium. I live off of Walton Avenue. You know, in Grand Concourse, and there was a Supreme Court there. And I could remember polishing shoes and everything like that. So one day I had to go to the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom. It was quiet. I'm like, wow. All of a sudden I hear some lady crying, so I go up and creep into the courtroom, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going in there, sitting in the back. And I see this lady crying real hard. And I really didn't know what sexual assault was and all that stuff, but I could remember certain things, you know. And I remember the DA says, do you see the accused here? And blah, blah, blah. Can you tell us the story? Bang, the lady was crying, blah, 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 blah. I have never, ever, I almost cried. You know what I'm saying? I never, nobody had to do anything but let her talk. Let her tell a story. That's something, wow, you know. I've never seen anybody get redirected my whole life. If anybody was sexually assaulted, they can tell a story, but no, that's not what happened in this case. So Vicky never had a story because it never happened. But you, Miss Hostess, you were sick. You continue, and you forced her into saying these things. You coerced her, you threatened her. Of course you did. You got Detective Huggins in YouTube? Come on, man, please. This is how sick you are. So, you know, Mr. MacArthur, he's not gonna, you know, come on, guys. You only got so much money in the budget to say a couple of objections? That's how come there's a lot of people in prison today. Because the budget, that was intentionally made, those little budgets, so you don't have a public defender can't you know, defend you because of a budget. That's intentionally made. So people like myself go to prison because they can do all these things to people when they have no reason to, because they can. Okay? That needs to stop. The public defender needs to public defend, and the DA needs to, they need to be able to get in their face, but it's not going to happen because the DA runs everything. I'll prove that to you. So now, again, let's go to, you know, the preliminary. All right? And now, judge, okay, you're supposed to be a referee, right? All right? So here, we got Honorable Jennifer F. Trugilati, whatever, spaghetti, all right? You need to go to prison too. There should be no immunity from anything like this. No one should have immunity to something that they know that they did intentionally to kill somebody without putting their hands on it, right? We don't know if he did that too, but okay. You need to come off that bench. You allowed this to happen. Because this is how it goes. The day I came into court, I'm sure all this was set up that morning, right? So when you come in, action take place, take one, pow, right? Already. So make sure that she approaches the bench. Now, when she approaches the bench to make sure, I have another new charge, burglary, right? Burglary, right? The fact, as she said, the fact, right? There was nothing, so now you have no sexual harassment, you have no rape. You know why? Because now you turned the victim into a witness, because you had no witnesses. You made her the only witness. I'm not sure if you paid the witnesses you had. You might have, but you know what? Not even that. You didn't have no witness, no last names, no nothing. Look at it. You'll find out there's no last names or nothing. You didn't need no witness because you forced her to continue with the lie because you had no case. And Detective Huggins had to open her mouth and found out that the same officer was trying to tell you something, but you wouldn't listen. You didn't give a fuck. Okay, so let's continue. Excuse my language. And that's wrong. You know, I mean, you're supposed to do your job, and you know, it's great. You know, I mean, you catch rapists and all that. Hey, I'm with that. Okay, I don't like somebody rape anybody either. But what happens when the person didn't do it? This is what happens. You continue with the shit. You can do it anyway because you had it so many times, you know. Hey, yeah, we caught rapists. They're going to believe us anyway because we've done it before. And the truth, we've done it with the truth. But we're going to do it with a lie because you're the one that came in the office a lie. So we're going to put you on the stand and continue this lie. Ain't that right, Deputy DA? Huh? Mary Kate Hostess? Ain't that right? You know that's right. All right, bitch. You another piece of white trash. Now let's continue. Here we go. You know, I'm going to cut to, this is how despicable she is. I'm going to cut to the chase. You're going to realize, Mr. Wilson, please, or anybody looks at this, all you DAs or your lawyers, you look at this. Redirected. Like I said, I've never seen anything get redirected in a person who's been raped. But everything that came out of Mickey's mouth was redirected by you, Miss Hostess. You. With your little bullshit. Instead of forgiving this little girl, she's 28 years old. You turn her into a little girl. She's my little sweetheart. You turn her into a little girl. Scared her so much. You told her, yeah, you're going to go to prison, this and that and that and this. You don't think I don't know? Of course I do. Once again, Detective Others outside with her, right? Waiting to come in. Now you're going to see that she says she has a witness and of course, what is this exclusionary? Also, we don't need the exclusionary. What's that called? Let me see if I can find that. Whatever the page is. Oh yeah, here we go. Mr. MacArthur with his, one objection right now. Okay, you have a witness. We have a witness. They have no witness. Never was a witness. Okay, now, but there's no need. Mr. MacArthur says, "Oh, I'll take it. Only you have one witness. See? There's no need for the exclusionary rule. Come on, man. Really? Come on. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the other part. You see, and you have to understand that Miss Holtis, she didn't have nobody. She didn't have a victim, so now she turned victim into the witness. She had no witness. Well, you can't, unless you were there. You don't live here. You can't be a witness. But she turned victim to a witness. Why? Because witnesses lie. As a victim, it would look real bad for Miss Holtis, right? But as a witness, she had a lot of witness lies before. You see what that's what I mean? So why would you want to do this to her? I wasn't doing it to her. They were doing it to me on purpose. You want to blame him anyway. You see how ugly that is? That's white pieces of shit like you, Miss Hostess, who did probably honorable things. I'm sure you did great cases. But this time, you're wrong. And you need to go pay for it. You understand? You're going to pay for it. So one way or the other, you better go pay for it. Like I said, you're going to have to kill me. So here. All right? I'm going to go ahead and just, let you look at that. But I'm going to go to how ugly she is. I think it's on page 14. This is how ugly. Now, mind you, everything that's coming out of is redirected. And anytime the deputy Miss Hostess turned around and said, "Excuse me, what?" That was a threat, because I'm sure she gave us this as a script, like a movie. This is what you say, and this is what I say, and she couldn't remember it, right? This is how sick she is, all right? Mean, hateful. You want to take a beautiful young Panamanian because she's not white. She's dark-skinned and make an example, because if she was white, Miss Hall says she wouldn't have done that. I'd rather keep it 100%. But it's people like you that are bigots, racists, and hide behind the law. And Mr. Wilson, if we don't do anything about this, it's going to show in your face. But I doubt that. I know you will. There's something about you. Even though I only talked briefly to you on the block a couple of times, something about you that won't allow this, no matter what. It's just something about you. I hope I'm right. So, let's go to sometimes I got to stop this. It took a lot of years. So, here goes like anyway, Mr. MacArthur has one objection. Your Honor, that's hearsay. Of course, overruled. That's already what's going to happen. He gets a little script part. That's it. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's go to page 12. I scratched him in his face. Vicky says, we were doing that for a long time, and he was very upset, and he was very upset too. I wanted to leave. He didn't want me to go. He didn't want me to go. Let me go. He didn't want me to leave. He was talking all kinds of stuff. Now, mind you, garbage to me, bad words, bad things was saying to me. Like, what did he say? See, here you go, Vicky. Like, what kind of big things did he say? See, he goes, boom. Uh, well, a lot of things. Mr. MacArthur was objection. Hearsay, overruled. All right, the witness, Vicky, right? She's not a victim no more. See what's going on here? All right, he was calling me names, bitch, for one, and them, and you know, to mention, we argued and argued and argued. He started telling me things. He wasn't mad because there was a little girl in me or some crap. I don't know where that came from, but anyway. And that's why it was hitting me. All right, on 22, 23. To take the child inside of me, her or whatever. I couldn't even really see on his face telling him what was wrong. Okay, whatever. Okay, now, number 1 on 13. I don't even understand. This is all right. Vicky has to say this because now she's scared. Come on, let's tell the truth. You know that's what they did. You know that, Mr. Wolfson. You know that, all your DAs. And I want everybody in these offices, when you finish, all you ladies in these offices, all you ladies, all right, in these office, DA's office, go ask Miss Hostess, what happened to your daughter? What happened here? Why is she dead? And why are you so close to that? Okay, we'll get to that. And I'll tell you when she told me that. So now, okay, and he would slap me and close his hand and hit me in my face in the body. No, you don't know I didn't do none of that. That was what? No, there was a couple of boots of me holding the hand and I pushed. That was it. I don't know where the rest came from. That's not me. Could have been Fran because she wanted to make it look good. You're the one who started that, Fran. Okay. By Miss Hostess. Question. What happened then? Hey, we were on the sofa arguing and arguing and arguing, and then tried to calm down. Both of us. We tried to talk, but we didn't. But then he went nowhere. Really. I'm sorry. This is the DA. I'm sorry. No, her sorry was, I'm sorry, like that, scaring her. I'm sorry. That's the way she was talking. Excuse me, all that kind of stuff. Every time, making her flinch. Okay. Then we can say, and they were talking about what we were then figuring nothing out really. So from there, we were still on the sofa. He took my clothes off, right? And right, and he took his clothes. Now watch. Here goes with a sick mind. You hateful lady. You are so hateful. You take a beautiful moment and mess it up. Mary Kay, hostess, deputy DA, you are sick. Now, this is what happens. She said, still on the couch, he took my clothes off and then he took his clothes. This is how you answer. This is your question. He took his clothes off? See what he said? You see what you just did? She's telling you, I took her clothes off and I took mine off. She didn't say I ripped her clothes. Look what he's doing. Miss Olsen, look how you scaring a 28-year-old. Look how you using her to blame me because she lied to you and it never happened. This is what you're doing. You're attacking me, showing her that we could do what we want. We're still going to get Mr. Delgado. You a sick little bitch. Okay? Sorry the way I'm speaking, but that's what you are as a white piece of shit. It's people like you that you put people away for things like this. For lies just to get a case. That is wrong. Understand? now, um, he took my clothes off, right? Right? Told him that. I took it, and then took mine off. Once again, he took his clothes off. Yeah. Yes, he did. All right, right. What about yours? He took mine off. Look what else he's doing. Did you want him to? Right? Um, no, right? No, not. Did you want him to? Again, she asked. Hard. This is 20. Sorry, I'm not going down my numbers. I'm just reading. You follow. You're free. All right. To do that, 21. No, I didn't want him to. What happened then? Well, I was here. See, look, I'm sorry. She went, I'm sorry. I was here. You see, you fucking bitch. You trying to? I'm sorry. You fucking things up. That's what you want to do. This is how ugly you are, man. 16 years. It finally came around. You got to open your mouth. I tell you when. Continue hanging there with me, folks, because I'm the one that suffered 16 years. I don't know whatever happened to her. 16 years came around. Here we go. Now we're on 14th. This is how sick you are. This is how mean, hateful you are to a 28-year-old from Panama. This is how you kill her. No ID. You all know this. No ID. She's not from here. She got no income. You're going to make sure I don't get out, so she's going to have to be forced to go to somebody else or get sick. And I'm going to show you that's exactly what happened here. Okay? Let me show you. Remember, I couldn't say this back then because nobody's going to believe me. Not at all. So here we go. She goes, you were his? Like having sex? You see? Question goes, you were his? Like you and me. Like having sex, kind of. All right? Question, what kind of sex? Watch. What you would call it, DA. What you would call it. She's telling the DA what you would call it. The DA, she's telling that. What you would call it. Vicky ain't trying to call it that. The DA is calling it. That's what she's telling the DA. What you would call it, because the DA is pushing her and pushing her. Got her scared. She's trying to tell you. All right? So, what kind of sex did you have? Well, he was on top of me, right? And I did it. This is what she's telling you. She did it. But you sick. You are sick. You are so sick. DA hostess, you are so sick that you took a moment and turned it ugly. Now, mind you, yeah, we argue back and forth just like any other couple would. And so you finally give it up. She tells you once again. All right? Number 6, she says, well, he was on top of me and I did it. She said she did it. What do you say? And he did it, right? And I did it. And what do you say? This is you, DA, you bitch. He did it? He had sex in your vagina? Intercourse in your vagina? Look. Where am I going to do it? In the ear? Huh? You see what you just did, Solstice? You just took something that was beautiful and turned it ugly because you want to use it and blame me for her lies. Come on. How old are you, detective? Excuse me. You two, detective. How old are you, Miss Hostess? How old are you? And this is your job to know that she was lying. Why do you want to continue this? Because the Detective Huggins and you are partners. Detective Huggins stepped her foot in there. She can't back up now. Huh? That's sick, man. That's some sick. Please. All you people in that DA's office, when you see this, anyone, this is your daughter she's doing it. This is your daughter that's scaring. She's scaring your daughter. This is your daughter she's scaring. If this was your daughter. All right? Scaring the person to try to blame the person, me. And I'm the one that forgave her for this because I didn't do it. It showed I didn't. So why don't you leave us alone? But you couldn't. You couldn't leave us alone. Okay. So now, she messed that moment up, you know. And look, in your vagina, and Vicky answered, yes. Why? Check it out. Without your permission? At first. She's telling her at first. I tried, but no, I couldn't. You know, you tried to fight him, but you couldn't stop. She tried to fight me, Look at you, man. What is wrong with you? Miss Hostess, you ain't getting laid or something? You're gonna tell me you're having that arguments with your man and then, all of a sudden you give into him? I guess not, huh? Or your husband? I guess not. Look what you did. She's telling you. Yeah, we argue, that's what we do. That's when you're like, okay. She's trying to tell you something, but you don't care. Just like she told you up here. Back on the same page 14 on 4, she tells you whatever you call it. You, DA, whatever you call it. She ain't trying to call it that no more because she know it never happened. You're continuing with this rape and this sexual assault because you want to. And no matter what it takes, you're going to put me in a position to get rid of her, to make sure she never sees me again. Let's continue. All right? Let's go to 14. And she says, yes, you didn't want that to happen. She said, no. What happened after that? Nothing. You see? Now check her answer. Check. She's telling me nothing happened. We cool. We bust a nut. You make love and chill out, right? But this is what you, Miss Hostess, say. All right? As he was trying to have sex with you, did he strike you as he was trying to have sex with you? You just got finished telling, she just finished telling you we had sex. And what do? You change it. You redirecting everything. I don't know how you got away with this shit. How could you get away with this? But you have. Excuse my French, really. Excuse it. I'm Puerto Rican, but excuse it, okay? I mean, I can't figure out for the life of me you're in the position that you are. You were blessed to fight to do the right thing, but you chose not to. You turned something into a hatred. And once again, if she was a white young lady, you would have done that. You took a young, beautiful Panamanian, you probably call her Pomeranian. Once again, Miss Hostess, fuck you, bitch. She's Panamanian. Let's get it right. Not only that, but you break the law. Knowingly, it never happened. You take this young, beautiful woman once again, and the best way to kill her is to throw her back out in that street knowing she ain't got nothing, no job, nothing. And wash your hands like, yeah, nobody's going to ever say, this is never going to come back. That's a lie. I never left. Coming to you. Okay, ma'am? That's sick. And for all the good things you've done, that's great. But now it's time for you to pay for doing something to a beautiful young lady. You destroyed her and killed her. Got away with murder, huh? We'll see. We'll get to that part. Folks, stick with me. I'm sorry. Sometimes I gotta stop. It's gonna take a little long. Please bear with me. It was wrong what happened here, and something has to be done. Okay. So, once again, she says that ugly thing while you was trying to have sex, right? But you were trying, right, to fight him, okay, over here. While he was trying to have sex with you on 19 again, 14, did he strike you, see? Why would you say it? She just told you we had sex, okay? No, he was not abusive. He didn't hit me or hurt me, nothing like that. During sex, see? Question, during sex? Come on, man. Come on. Answer no. What happened then? He did it. What happened then? How did it end? Now watch. She's gonna start talking. She's gonna fucking start doing all kinds of shit on him. Well, we finished, and then he let me go. Then he let me go. No, he didn't. Look. What? Then he let you go. Then okay. Answer. Then he let me go. No, he didn't let me go. Which one then? Then he let me go. No, he didn't let me go. She got so scared she don't know what to say. You see that? Look at number 3 on 50. He said he let me go. No, he didn't. She making sure. Now watch. I'm sorry. Here you are with this. I'm sorry. Once again, you're talking to her like you're scaring her. Every time I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all that crap. Just like that. All right? He didn't let me go. How did you get away that Sunday? On Sunday? That was the following Sunday. See, it wasn't even the same Sunday. She started the following Sunday. That's how scared she is. You understand? That's how scared. Okay? This is all started was on Friday night, the 9th. Yes, answer 13. And then what happened on Sunday? How did you get away? Well, he started arguing, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to skip all that because, as you know, I put her in the cab. Okay? As you know, okay? As you know, this was already directed. I'm just going to let you look at this. Okay, Mr. MacArthur, you have a chance after all these years to do the right thing. To attack this attorney like, district attorney like you were supposed to. Okay? You didn't do that, Mr. MacArthur. Funny thing, I thought that only your client could dismiss counsel. I wonder who dismissed Mr. MacArthur. So now, let's move it forward. Excuse me. I have a little rum there. I have to. Puerto Rican. Got to go that way. Now, I want to really, really apologize to Mr. Marcus Cooper. Mr. Cooper, I'm so sorry that I said to you, you was my attorney and did all that. There was a reason for that. I'm not going to be part of a murder. Okay? All of a sudden, Mr. MacArthur said I didn't do it. We ain't going to trial. Well, all of a sudden he's gone. Then I wind up with a Bridget Hoffman. Bridget must have been new to the scene. Had to be. She wasn't there that long. Am I really supposed to? This is your daughter, everybody. This is your daughter. I'm talking about your daughter. Am I really supposed to let Bridget Hoffman put me on the stand for slaughter? Am I really supposed to cooperate with Bridget Hoffman? Huh? Am I really supposed to cooperate with myself on the stand for slaughter? I would have been part of your murder. I can't do that. Okay? Detective Huggins threatening her. D.A. Halsey's threatening her. Everybody doing all that to her. Everybody, okay? Threatening her. If I got up on that stand and I cooperated with Bridget Hoffman, I would have been up there for the slaughter. And you know this, Mr. Wilson, your defense attorney always. You're always going to be there. All you people know all that shit. Every single one of you know that. The budget doesn't allow you to have the right, representation, right counsel. You know it. So Bridget Hoffman got put on it because that's why she's still there today as a public defender. Bridget, you have a chance to check and rectify this. I talked to you just before Christmas, 2015. Okay, we'll get to you in a little bit. Now tell me, am I really supposed to go up there and be part of the slaughter? Not only she didn't have a victim, but she made her a witness so she can lie, continue to lie. So she would have put her up there as the witness to continue with this lie. And with Detective Huggins threatening her, with me out the way, and the DA threatening her, what makes you think she's not going to go up there and look real representative? Like, oh, it looked like it really happened when it didn't. You don't think she's going to be up there and she's going to be credible? Hell yeah. They're scared the hell out of her. She's going to go up there and cry. He did it? And what? And now, you got what you wanted. Richard Hoffman compromising me. You showing her you can blame me anyway. Right? And put me away for the rest of my life. I had to do that, Mr. Cooper. I had to go to Lakes Crossing. I can't be part of this scene. I'm already getting blamed for it. I'm not going to allow anything to happen to your daughter. If that was yours, Mr. Cooper, if that was yours, whoever's looking at this is your daughter, ladies, I'm talking about. Your Latinas, your Panamanians, especially from Panama, the Boricuas, the Morenas, the black families, the black mothers, the Asian mothers, I'm talking to all you. And I'm talking to y'all people in the offices. Go and ask him, why did you do that? So now, you know, here I go to Lakes Crossing. But before that, I sent a letter to Bridget Austin. And I told her, you know, God don't like ugly and stuff like this. So Bridget uses that against me because I told her in the letter, if we do any of these things here, you're compromising me. Come on. You don't think that I didn't know I was going to the Panamanian Court? I mean, to the Panamanian Court, that too, but we'll get to that. You don't think I was going to Lake Crossing? Come on. I was called by Bridget Austin told me, I'm going to Lake Crossing, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Yeah, all this here. Look at that. Greg Harder, you got Louis Montoletto, and somebody else, who cares? And Dodge A. Siegel, or Sacco, whatever you want to call it. All right? All this is pre-done. All this. Right, Bridget? You already know. So, you think you're that smart, but you're not smart at all. I had to do that. What were you trying to do, Miss Hostess? You was trying to show her that you can kill her by using me to put me away forever through her because we can continue to lie. That's sick. That's real sick. Mind you, stay with me. Took a lot of years, okay? I'm not sure how many years I got left because we're coming to get you. Believe me, somehow. So now, here are my Lakes Crossing, you know. Nothing wrong with me, you know. The first few weeks there, you know, the first couple of days, you have, everything was done by a point system. So. But the first 3 days I was there, they were all on the toes. Because Bridget Hawkins, they made me sound like I was some kind of religious freak. Look, man, for 11 months I was in that cell up there. Not only did you guys violated my rights by you, Mr. MacArthur, by making sure I waived my rights for a speedy trial. You didn't invoke my rights because I didn't know any better, and you allowed that. So once again, Mr. MacArthur, you have a chance to do something right after all these years because I seen you on the street and you just told me this is what you told me. Well, we'll get to that too. So now, I'm up there. I become good friends with everybody, even the director. I become good friends because everybody realized I don't belong there. And he told me all this religious stuff. But I was in jail in the county for 11 months before you sent me up there. Not only did you violate all my rights, you violated my due process, my speedy trial. You made sure that I didn't get out. See, all that was done intentionally to prove what? That you can blame me, little girl, you can't come up in here. You don't come from this country. We can do what we want. And that's what you did. Straight up what you did. Okay? You had to pick on a little girl. You couldn't pick on me. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't. But I'm going to pick on you when I get done. See how you like it. And if anybody wants to get in the way, then they're just as bad as you. Okay? All you white pieces of shit together. But where I come from, that doesn't happen like that. Not only does the Lord take care of it, but the cops, the detective and shit that have used all these other people to come and get this person, and they find out that this shit didn't happen like that, they put you, not only the Lord take it, but they put you right back on the block. They turn your back. And whatever happens, happens. Sometimes they get thrown off the roof. Other times they get beaten to death. Other times they get beat their ass up. And no cops don't give a fuck about you no more. Because what you did was interrupt and did something so wrong that you use other officers to get involved in your bullshit. Just so you can have a case. Let me continue. So, here we are. I have a little allergy there. So, I get out of Lakes Crossing. Now, not only, you know, I've always said I coerced her out of there. How is he going to get somebody out of the place? That kind of violence. Okay. So here, let me tell you how messed up that was up there. Everybody got the transfer papers to come back to Vegas, except me. How is that possible? Now I'm up there almost 2 years with everything. You see? every little thing they can do to keep a person. Even the psychologists and psychiatrists that said, Orlando, everything that was written about you wasn't even you. And I took an old man, the worst person they had up there, and turned him into a little basketball player, senior citizen, from the wheelchair, and made him so good that he was able to get to arts and crafts where people thought he was never going to get there. They even asked me to move in with him in a 2-bedroom room to help the man out, and I said yes. So I don't know who you think you're talking about, or why you say those things about me, and how you allow all this shit, DA. But it's coming back. Bridget, you, ma'am, you just a little girl. And when I finished talking to you the other day, on the 23rd of December, just past year, 2015, all you can tell me was, old water under the bridge? No, ma'am. Water doesn't turn on. The bridge does, the people do, and the shit that the people do turn on. And all this shit is over. It's time for you to go. Bridget, you have a chance to do the right thing. You have a chance to stand up to the plate. But nobody respects you. I'll prove that. So here, all this to get coercion's coercion. You coerced me to get for a coercion charge, and I told you I had to get her out of there. But you people continue to make it a sexual. Everything's sexual. You want me to get tagged with a sexual coercion. When I never even had a violent thing in my life prior to all this shit. So now, here, I get coerced into that. I have to take this. I really have to take this plea because I know something's wrong. I don't know exactly what's wrong. So now, a couple of weeks go by, and I see Vicky. She comes to where I'm at. I'm not sure she was getting thrown out. Don't matter. Whoever she was with, though, calls the cops. They come. He's telling her, oh, he ain't supposed to be where he's on probation, blah, blah, blah. I said, that's true. I was just trying to give her clothes back, give my stuff back. I tried to use your offices the other night. Nobody ever came. I mean, you came, but she wouldn't give me my stuff. So they understood. I don't know who that clown was. But anyway, she comes in the house, where I live at, getting her clothes, she falls asleep. For 3 days, she's on that couch. She's sick, but I don't know how sick, but I know she was something wrong. She looks at me and says, I see a lady in white behind you, like an angel, rubbing my head or something. I looked at her, oh, hell no. We're going to the hospital, so I took her. Now, mind you, I'm not supposed to be near her, right? This is how you all wanted it. You see, I can't do that because I proved to you I didn't do it, right? You already knew I didn't rape her. It's mine. Job to forgive her. That's my relationship you try to destroy. I forgave her. I'm trying to forgive her. I take her to the hospital. I don't know if you know this, though. This is 202. All right? Check it out. Please do. Okay? 202 or maybe 203. Probably 202 in the late part or whenever. Just check it out. Or 203, you'll see. And actually, it was 202. Let's put it right. And when I got out, it was 202. So anyway, I take her to the hospital. Like, knowingly, I'm not supposed to be near. I leave her there. I go there. So I come back. The doctor says to me on the report that she put me down with the husband, all this stuff. Please check it out. I want you folks to check it out. It took 16 years. Mind you, while she was up there, he tells me if I had waited one more day, she would have been in ICU for a long, 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 long time. That's how long he said. I don't know what that means. It could be death or real. He's never seen a 30-year-old with all them kidney stones. She hardly had no bladder. I looked at the x-ray. Well, meanwhile, while I was there, I took a chance. So I went to see same nurse, Marion Adams. You know? Yes, I did. So now I go in and talk with her. She looks at me like, what are you doing here? She's not going to tell me anything. You know, so I just thought, you might be able to help me when I can't. This is for this business. So, I'm Orlando Delgado. Vioco Sanchez. Oh, yeah, yes, I do. I said, I just came to tell you that I didn't do it. And I thought maybe you could answer my questions. But you told me you're not going to. I understand. But I also want to let you know that she's up there in ICU. For what? I said, well, the doctor told me she had a lot of kidney stones. So that meant that she'd been waiting for me since the time you put me in jail, since the time I went to Lakes Crossing. She'd been waiting for me because she was getting sick because you put her out there like that. Detective Huggins, you put her out there like that. DA hostess, when you knew you were going to kill her. Right? That or she ought to move to somebody's arm. Look, I had to do that. I know now I'm going to prison. I'll show you why. So now, Miss Adams says to me, okay, she told me, okay, wait right here. She went, made a phone call, came back. And I said, well, thanks, Miss Adams. She said, wait a minute. Well, what do you want to know? She can't tell nobody. Who's going to believe you, Miss Adams? Who's going to believe you? Ain't nobody going to believe me. I'm not going to say nothing. Believe me. Unless one of these days I'll be able to. I hope I will, but this is 202. I just got out the nut house, right? She said, what do you want to know? I said, well, number one. I said, who cried rape? Was it Vicky or was it Francis Kresge? She looked at me, she said, Fran. She said, I had to tell her to shut the hell up because it didn't happen to you. And I looked at her and said, well, it didn't happen to anyone. She said, I know, it didn't happen to anyone. Right. Then I said to her, does she have any drugs in the system? You know what she told me? Yes, she did. And I said to her, crystal meth? She said, I turned around and I said, thanks, senora. Thank you very much. Started leaving. She said, Mr. Delgado, you did the right thing. I said, thank you. You see, Detective Huggins, you knew, the A knew, you knew first that the rape never happened. But you knew when I told you she had drugs in there, even you stated that I did that because she had drugs. You knew it. But not only did you didn't, you made the rape. You still wanted that rape, but you made sure you hide that she had crystal meth in her. I couldn't say nothing back then. But there's two people. One knows about the rape. Who said it? Besides the nurse telling me, Crystal told me first. But when I seen the same nurse, she confirmed it. And who else knows about the crystal meth? Bridget Hoffman. You know, Bridget, that she had crystal meth in her. You know that too. You understand? It's taken me all these years. I couldn't say nothing back then. Who would believe me? No one. Okay? Okay. So now, let's move it forward. So now, I take her out of the hospital. I go back to the house. And I know I'm going to go to, I know that I'm going to go to jail. It's a fact. For the simple reason is this. Bridget You knew she was there in the house. I called you and told you. I called my probation officer. I had a guy probation officer, and I wound up with a Miss Lloyd. Miss Lloyd was crazy. I can remember Miss Lloyd coming to my house. Vicky wasn't there at the time, and found this old something made for the high school across the street, Las Vegas High School, because Mr. Harris, his father used to be the principal at that school, big old plaque. That was from the '63. And I was renting the house that was the historical house that was on that corner on 8th Street. There was only 3 properties at the time. That house, the high school, and the church back in the 30s and 40s. That lady was so crazy, she was going to put me in jail if I don't take that back like I stole it. I called Mr. Harris and he told me what happened and why he had it all them years, and he told me to take it. He called the principal and called Miss Hall, tell her, told me, whatever, Miss Lloyd. That's how crazy she was. But mind you, now we're going to see Judge Bonaventure on the 26th of September. The 25th, we try to give him this. Now, this is what Vicky wrote, all right? But she never had the time to tell her side of the story. I'm not going to go into all that. If you want to see it, I'll be glad to show it to you. But Bridget Hoffman wrote this. She helped her write it. She knows that. But see, remember, I'm going to get the blame anyway. Now, mind you, Bridget takes me to court, right? Now she's going to put us back together. Bridget, you are trying to put the so-called victim and me back together. Because you know why, Bridget? Because you knew I didn't do it. Not only that, but I think you was helping the DA. You was going to make sure I went to prison. Come on. Here we go. So we go in front of Judge Bonaventure, right? Check this out. Walk up in front of Judge Bonaventure. He looks at Bridget Hoffman like, what the hell are you doing here? You just sent this man to the nut house. Then he looks at Vicky and says, I don't want to hear what you got to say either. Oh, you'll say you love him now? You miss him? I don't want to hear all that. See? Here you got Bridget Hoffman and Vicky. What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture? I'm going to get the blame anyway. That's what's wrong with this picture. He said, I only want to listen to Mr. Delgado. And I told him, Judge Bonaventure, I said, Mr. Bonaventure, I told him if I went to prison, I would do it again. And that's the same answer I gave. You see how ugly all this been? All these years, man. I lost my business. I had my own business. I was a DJ in 1994 is when I started my business, when they had these ugly cards. Blue cards. I was a business owner when all this happened to me. Okay? I lost $60,000 worth of my DJ equipment and all my music. All the albums that I used to polish shoes, all my records when I was a kid polishing shoes. Anytime I came from the home to my grandmother's house in the Bronx, polishing shoes. So now, I'm waiting for one more call. Come back to the house. They know that she's there with me. I can't put her out. But I see you, Mr. MacArthur, that day. And I asked you, what happened to you? And you looked at me, Mr. MacArthur, Jonathan MacArthur. You said, I thought Bridget was going to take care of it. No, you knew she wasn't. Okay, Mr. MacArthur, you too, Bridget. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You, Bridget, have a time right now to do the right thing. It's you, Mr. MacArthur. Okay? So now, about a week later, I see a bag outside. And Francis said something other than fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Some dumb shit. Now I'm waiting for the parole and probation department to come. And bang, sure enough, they come. They arrest me. Right? Now I'm going to prison. But I had to. If I did not get out and take her to the hospital that day, if I turned around and said, no, get away from me, can't be near you, she would have died. The police knew that she was in my house because this clown called the cops. The police were kind enough to let her come in, grab her stuff. But she got sick and I took her to the hospital. If I had not done that and she died, guess who would have got the blame anyway? Right? Me. this time, but knowing she was sick and removed and I didn't do nothing, right? I would have been gone forever, right? Okay, so now this is what happens. I go to the penitentiary, you know. Oh, give me a second, please. This is hard right here. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Sorry. I had to rub my nose. Sorry about that. I had to pause here a second. I'll take a little shot here, but this is ridiculous. Thank you for bearing with me. Appreciate that. Once again, excuse my French. So, here we are. Now we get out in 205. I go down to my house, man. I'm thinking I can go to that house, you know. I get there. The historical house that was there for years on that corner on 8th Street, 430 South 8th Street. Now it's an office. It's February. I have shorts on, slippers on, bag, legal stuff. I have no home. I don't know what happened to my fiance. She's really my wife, common law. I don't know nothing. I'm freezing. I'm hungry. I had a couple of dollars in my pocket. I bought a bag of chips. I grabbed me some more. As I was going to get the chips, I find these two big black bags, like construction bags, big enough for me to go in it. I take it, and I go across the street to the Las Vegas High School in the bushes right there by the football. And I go to sleep as much as I can. You understand? All these years in 205, trying to make ends meet on the street, my car, that's all I had left was my car, man. You understand? What happened to my fiance? What's going on? I have nowhere to go. I'm behind bushes, behind a 7-Eleven on top of a roof, in the park on a tree, on the bench, under a bench. Thank God, here and there I got something to eat. Do you understand what's going on? No one has a right to do this kind of stuff to anybody. No one has a right to destroy people. No one has a right to do that. People, all you officers in the call alone, you don't have no right to do that. The right you have is to do the right thing, but you chose not to. Not only did you kill her, but you killed me, you destroyed me. I've been here for almost 30 something. At that time, I was 30 years here already. A business owner, okay? You know, come on, man. So, you know, I suffered and suffered for almost 16 years. Relationships, me having a relationship, it's hard for me to even have one. I'm scared, you know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of anything. Now I'm scared because everybody could call away, but then, you know, here we go. That shit don't make, and I can't work my shit down there. Everything's scared. Fuck me up too. For what reason? Huh? Why? Because you wanted to prove a point to a Pomeranian girl, right? You know that? Come on, man. You know she's not. You know Pomeranian, right? Fuck you, bitches. Every single you motherfucking bitches. She's Panamanian, okay? And you want to pick on somebody, pick on me, but you didn't. I'm sorry. Let me continue now. And for those who wish as well. For those who don't, can go to hell. So it was hard for me to do anything because I don't have a trade. My trade was entertainment. You know, a DJ. You know, that's what I did. I mean, I could remember doing car piazzas parties 5 or 6 years ago, Christmas parties. I remember Big Black Charles for Metro, who did all the horses. You know, I did his party. I've never seen so many black cowboys in my life. That was one great party, though. When I get finished, there's one person in Metro who's still there. He knew me since he was a little boy. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So now, 2014, somewhere in April and May, I'm at Smith's Food King on Decatur and DI on a Sunday. And they asked me to come in for a second interview on a Sunday because it's not crowded, you know, busy. But that particular day it was. It was so busy they forgot about me. You know? So I'm there 4 hours at the deli. You know, somewhere around there. You know. And guess who comes by? The DA. But see, I don't know who she was. All I know, I seen this lady with 2 long football field. It looks like a football field sandwich. Big long, you know, sandwich. It looks like a football field. Basket all full. You know, I thought she could use a little help. I'm just waiting anyway. So, you know, I said, ma'am, I'm waiting for an interview. You need a little help? She goes, no, I'm okay, but I know you. You do? She says, yeah, I know you. You remember Bioka Sanchez? I said, yeah. And she goes, well, you know, she died. She's dead. And I blame you still. And then she hesitates just a little. And I looked at her and said, blame me for what? Oh, I said, oh, you Detective Huggins. And she goes, no, I'm not. You piece of shit. You want to hide behind that. You already knew you wasn't Detective Huggins. I knew you was the DA once you opened your mouth. See, I didn't know who you was until you opened your mouth. And you accused me of her murder now. Yes, that was 2 years ago. And the reason why it took this long is, number one, I could not find my paperwork. When I got out in 205, I don't know where I was going. I don't know who the hell. I mean, I was sick out there on the street. I was hurting. I had no clothes and food. It took a long 6, 8 months or so to try to get anything. No clothes, can't get anything. Where am I going? You see, this kind of shit has to stop. Somebody's going to give me my shit back. You understand? Somebody's going to have to give me my life back. You got to take mine. So here is the DA, after all these years I haven't seen her, had to open the mouth. She never opened the mouth and just said, no, don't thank you. I would never know who she was. See, God don't like her. You open your mouth and accuse me of a murder now. You're the one who killed her. I don't even know why you're so close to her. I don't think that clients and you know, you're supposed to be that close to your client. Something's not right here. So now, it took me this long because I could not find my paperwork, my discovery. Okay, on the 23rd, I called Bridget Hoffman, December on 2015, to see if I can get, you know, the discovery. But I get a phone call before Bridget calls me back, a couple of hours, and this couple, for a lot of years, I left my box in their house. They were cleaning up for the holiday and seen a box saying 205 on it. When they called me, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. That's why. Inside there is all the stuff that I read to you today. Okay? I'm not finished yet. Let's go to pre-sentencing. And you're going to see how ugly It really became, okay? This is why, after all these years, I had to wait a little longer for you, Miss Hoss, to open your mouth like you did, to blame me like you did, okay? Right? And also, when I called you Detective Huggins, there was a reason for that. Because if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Wilson, or anyone that's looking at this video, if I'm not mistaken, if you work with her at the office, if I'm not mistaken, she came up to somebody and said, he thought I was Detective Huggins, ha ha ha. If that's what happened, you know she killed your daughter. This is your daughter she killed. This is your daughter that she told her fiance that she ain't seen in years because you made sure I never see her again. That I killed this thing. You blame me. And if you think I'm lying, go look at the tape. Go find that tape with Smith. If it's ain't there no more, oh well. Think about who came through. But if it's there, go check it out. Pull it up. Like I said, I don't lie. And if she calls me a liar, if the DA calls me a liar, or Detective Huggins, or anyone calls me a liar, they're the ones lying. Nobody called me a liar then. No, they just kept blaming me for it, you see. They try to stick me with it, right? They didn't call me a liar because I didn't do it. But they're going to stick it to me because they're going to keep her and put her up there. Boom, boom. That's why I said, Mr. Cooper, I'm sorry. I really am. I had to go Lace Crossing. I'm not going to be part of the murder. And I'm still getting blamed for it, okay? So let's go to preliminary, right? Let's go to pre-sentencing. And all these people at pre-sentencing, they need to go away too, okay? PMP, Miss Lloyd, you need to go. There should be no immunity to none of this, okay? Like I said, you're going to have to kill me, okay? Really, you do. And I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to give you six months from the time you've seen this to do something. If not, I'm coming after you, okay? Now, here, let's go to, this is how messed up it is. I mean, they so sneaky. They try to sneak in, they try to sneak in something to the FBI, and the FBI, they didn't want to do nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They try to sneak it in there. But let me go ahead and find this right here. Here we go. Let's go to, people like, Miss Joy Moody, Neal, officer, you need to be arrested too. Dennis needs no more. All you people need to be arrested. You think the FBI is going to help me? You think anybody's going to crack down on this? Of course not. It's good aboard. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. Ain't nobody going to come over here and get these people to get what you're going to do maybe and make them, step off, make them retire. No, hell no. You ain't going to make them retire shit. You better put them in prison so they can retire them there. All the years of what happened to me and her, they need to be in there that long. This ain't no joke. I'm not playing. I ain't got nothing left. Hell, I ain't got no grill. All right? All that shit made me sick. Fighting. Sick. So anyway, let's go to, this is how sick they are. All right? This is how fast all this was just to get somebody. All right? Let's go ahead to page 4. All right? They say bruises on the victim and forms right, left, face, eyes. Noted, right? Noted. Everything, I went to prison because everything was noted, not because it was fact, just noted. Okay, now, a roommate. She never was a roommate, okay? Francis, you're the number one. If you don't arrest this lady, as soon as you see this video, I'm going to get her right away. There's no way I'm going to wait that long for her. So I'm going to give you a month for her. If she doesn't get arrested, I'm coming for her. Okay. Now this is how sick they are. Okay. If we go down to my fault. Okay, let's go to number 5, my friend. All right. Now, Detective Huggins and all these people saying that, the doctors saying that, oh, he don't want to admit to what he's done. I ain't done nothing. I tried to tell you. I tried to get around it because he had drugs. But you people don't want to listen, right? You people, excuse me, make sure nobody bothering me. Once again, I'm sorry. You people don't want to listen, you know. All you doctors have your little opinion, your professional opinion. Those things get people put away. No one needs your professional opinion. You need to know the facts. Forget those professional opinions. Because see, all of that wasn't me. Even the doctors said that, and the psychologists and psychiatrists at Lakes Crossing said everything they wrote about you, Mr. Lugano, wasn't you. Correct. I didn't put that there. They did. Okay. So now, right, this is how sick they are. If you look at the bottom material status, right, we married, right? It says for 6 years prior to the instant offense, right, the defendant resided with his common law relationship with the victim from 1978 to 1980. Excuse me. What? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't rape her to begin with. Now you're going to say I raped her as a child? She was 6 years old in 1978. She was born in 72. I want you to look at this, please. Mr. Wilson, all you people look at this. You people in PNP, Mr. Mooney, you need to be arrested. All that shit. Every single one of you. But see, but before that, hold on, let me show you something else. Wait a minute. I was number 4. I'm sorry. I said I'll go back and forth. You see on the top of number 4, it says 2001 approximately 8 p.m. Right? The defendant, a 52-year-old male. I was 42. So now you make me 52. All right? Look at that. And then on 5, you make me a child molester. You're saying I had a relationship with her 1978 to 1980. She's 6 years old, man. I'm 52 years old, fucking a 6-year-old. Is that what you're saying? Look at this. Tell me, what was this? Tell me what this was. Huh? What this was is to shove them. Let's get them out of here. We're going to show we can do whatever. Nobody going to look at this. Exactly. Nobody did. Nobody did. Except God. He looked at it. He gave you time to do the right thing. Look at this. That is sick, man. All you people in PNP, everybody collaborated to get rid of a person because Detective Huggins could do what the hell she wants, DA could do what she wants, and murder somebody and still get the blame. That's sick, man. That's sick. I mean, look at that. They wanted me so bad. They wanted me so bad. They made me 52 years old, so it makes it look bad. 30-year-old man. You know? It makes it sound like, look at this. Bridget, I know you've seen this. Bridget, come on, Bridget. You've seen this. It's free trial. A pre-sentencing, you guys seen this. How do you allow this to go by? Because the DA can do whatever she wants. She can take Mr. MacArthur away from me. She can put Bridget Hallman, who's going to do whatever she wants to say, because maybe that's her plan. That's why when I talked to you on the 23rd, you thought I was going to put it on YouTube then. No, it wasn't then, but it will be. It'll be the day. to think you white pieces of shit think you got away. And if they do, it's because you white pieces of shit help them. Okay? You know, I can't even read no more because it's so bad, man. This stuff was so fast. You know, this was done intentionally to kill her. And once again, it took me this long because, well, I have no place to go. I got no home. Come on, man. Let me tell you the other person that knows me since he was a small kid. Would you please tell that person to go see that officer that came to the house that Saturday, that knew it was all bullshit, and try to tell Miss Huggins that that's what that was. Okay? But didn't care. Didn't care at all. Didn't care, didn't want to care, don't care. Just, didn't. This person should be lieutenant and captain or more. I'm not sure. Maybe a command center somewhere. You tell them. Go around and ask, does anybody know a person named Pepsi? That person will tell you they do. That's how they know me. It's my nickname, Pepsi. You tell him, the last time you see me, he told me I was one of his best friends. Even though I'm an ex-convict now. Thanks to you, Miss Huggins, putting me in prison, you're a disgrace to me, and that don't fit. You tell him that his best friend needs him to please go and talk to that officer that came that Saturday and tell him, man, what happened. Now he don't have to be afraid of telling you what happened or whatever, because Detective Huggins, I'm sure, threatened him or whatever, because she sure put his hand in her face that day and said, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. See, Detective Huggins was never, ever going to say anything. She was never going to talk to the officer because she wasn't expecting him to show up. See, I'm sorry. I got teeth missing already for fighting. For people that do things to people that can't defend themselves. Like anybody knows me, if you're a senior citizen, I'll protect you. I'll lose my teeth. I don't care. I have nothing left, man. There's not much in my life. I have no job. Can't keep a job because I don't have the skills to keep it. To close it down, or they want somebody younger. You take mine away from me for a lie, it's time for you to take it away. You tell my friend that, go talk to that officer. Okay? It's a shame. It really is a shame to think that you were a business owner and a guy, I mean, you don't have a good background, But I was good at entertainment. I did a really, really good job. I enjoyed myself. And I made people happy. And like I said, when you're young, you say stupid shit. But why? Why did you have to kill her? I want everybody to understand she was murdered. And if this is a joke, then, if this is a joke, then you, Miss Hostess, not only did you lie to me at the store, but you blame me for it. When you're the one that's alive, and if she's alive, you make sure she didn't see me. What you do? Make her part of your family? What you do? You make sure she went into somebody else's arms on purpose. You put her out there. She got to go do something. And you knew this. You intentionally put her out there to die. I saved her the first time. And if she's dead, or maybe hepatitis C or some bullshit, if she's not, it's you. You need to go anyway. Because all you did was you destroyed a person because of a lie. You people out there are not stupid. This is what happened. You actually, I can bet I don't need to be a fly on the wall, but I bet you told her, watch what we can do. Watch us. We're still going to blame him. And you know why? Because you opened your mouth at Smith's boot camp and said, I blame you. Hesitated just a little bit. You see, that's all you can do now. Because you blame me for everything in the beginning when you knew it was a lie. I really don't have any clothing things. I was just trying to find something. These people, if I can find them, these people need to be arrested, okay? I don't care what, like I said, I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been on the force. I don't care. You know, I really don't care. They were so ugly what they did. So you know, like Detective Huggins coming and get my blanket and keep it up for future this. He was trying to find something that wasn't there. This little document here, which I don't really know what it is. I got all this paperwork, but they try to send it to the FBI to sneak it in there to make me, I guess, a sexual offender. But you know, it says that you need to communicate this to the people who are charged with this. I can show you that next time. You know, it's no big deal. You see all these people right here? Every single one of these people need to be arrested. You understand? That, or you need to step aside, just like in New York. All right? Detective Huggins used you guys to do her dirty work. It's either you go get her or step the fuck aside. All right? First of all, Miss Fran Kresge, you, Fran, need to go right away. I can't wait too much longer for her. So I ask you to arrest her as soon as you can. I'm not sure if she still works with Yellow Cab, but she needs to be arrested right away. You, Mr. B. Grover, LBMP, number 4934, you need to be arrested. Detective Huggins, you definitely need to be put away. But prior to that, I need to kick your ass, by the way. You understand me? Remember 16 years ago, you said to me, oh, you like to pick on women? No, I don't pick on women. I pick on bitches like you. I told you that. And I'm going to get you for killing my fiance. For the things you said to her, the threatening ways you talked to her, and the fucking ways you think you can get away with all the shit you've done all around this country. Around this state. No, I'm not an officer. I'm an ex-fucking convict because of you. So this ex-convict is going to put a foot up your ass. And anybody wants to get in the way, you come get me. But don't come to where I live at. Don't need you to do it. I have a 92-year-old landlady. Please, you want me, I come to you. I don't give a fuck. You understand? I'm going to leave you my information. Detective Huggins, they got to hurry up and get you. They better. And I'm asking you, all you gentlemen, get the fuck out the way. And you, Mr. Mitchell, you have a chance to make it right. If not, I'm coming to fuck you up too. You understand? I don't need no guns. I got these 1-2s. They call dick beaters where I come from. I'm going to get yours. And you too, pussy bitch. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. 16 years. I have a right to say what I'm going to say. This is America. Or was it? Or maybe not. What is it? Okay. Mr. Ernest, LNU, whoever he is, unknown address. Remember, these people don't have no addresses. How is that an investigation? You need to be arrested. Okay. Friend of the victim, LNU, another person. Right? Look at it. Please. Right? Unknown addresses. Come on. All right? You, Mr. Mitchell, you have a chance, like I told you, that day you knew when you swallowed my mouth something was wrong, you went to talk to the officer, and what happened? Detective Huggins happened, huh? She don't want to hear that shit, and you went along with it. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But you went along with this. You ought to be ashamed, Mr. Mitchell. And his number is 1829, Las Vegas Police Department. B. Morgan, you too. Las Vegas Police Department. 4216. You need to be arrested. Mr. M, Reebdam, or whatever, Rotterdam, whatever you want to call it, Rotterdam, whoever. L, B, and P number 50. Excuse me, that would be my fault. That would be 6741. F, Pullman, LVMP number 4216. You need to be arrested. Bioka Sánchez, mami, if you're dead, yo te quiero mucho, mi arroz con coco. Sorry, mami. Mr. Shoemaker, R. Shoemaker, LVM police number 2096. You need to be arrested. Mr. Solo Vegas, I believe Solo Vegas is Ernie, the same person. I don't know who he is, but I think it's him. Under a different name. Understand? How she used him twice. And if it's not him, he needs to be arrested. I don't even know who he is. Unknown address. All these people, unknown address, right? R. Williams, LVPD number 4419. All you people need to be arrested. Detective Huggins used you guys to come at me. P&P Lloyd, you need to be arrested, Miss Lloyd. You understand? You knew, right? The only person that knew I did the right thing was the Shane nurse. She knew I did the right thing. Thank you, and God bless you, ma'am. I know you passed away, Miss Adams. And I know you did. I don't know if family ever see this. Your mom was cool. And I only knew her for like 10 minutes. And she didn't have to say those things for me. But she said it because she knew I was, and she's Latina too. Your mother was Latina. I'm Latino. We got a mixed, beautiful family. I know that. I didn't know that, mom that way. But hey, she told me the truth. You see? But that was 202. What the hell am I going to say? 202 or 203. 202. What am I going to say? Huh? Who's going to believe me? Nobody. But you knew the truth, man. You knew the truth to take the public. And the truth is this. If they let you get away with more shit, it ain't happening, man. I got to come right away. I can't let you get too far away. You understand? You got the 6 months because I'm going to let Mr. Whoopson do his thing. Because I want all you people in them office, the DA's office out here, go and ask go ahead. You go ask Miss Mary Kay, Deputy District Attorney. I don't care if you're her best friend or family member, go ask her. And look at her face and she's going to call me a liar. She's going to look at her and see who's lying. And why did she do that to her? And why are you so close to tell me that she's dead and you blame me? How the hell are you so close to her? Huh? You did that intentionally. Knowingly. Once again, knowingly. She came from Panama, no ID, no driver's license, no job. Understand? There's other people here that need to be arrested. Is this some immunity crap? No way. They get immunity. No damn way. That you should have immunity, Miss Jennifer P. Tacolari. You should never. You, Miss Hostess, Deputy Mary Kay, no. You people should go to prison. There should not be no immunity to this shit. This is wrong. Period. Detective Huggins, you too. But you need to be put on the yard. See, that's where you need to be. Put you on the yard and see how long you last. You'll be PC'd up, but that's not going to stop somebody from getting you. Believe me, somebody's going to get you. But I hope to God that you people get out the way and understand that she has an ass whipping coming. Because you murdered somebody. and you think you got away with it. You too, with your mouth, DA hostess, deputy hostess, you opened your mouth. I didn't even know who you were. And you gave it away. And you hid behind her when I said, no, you're Detective Huggins. She said, oh no, you didn't even have the pussy enough to tell me who you were. Okay? 16 years of my life, I'm not trying to cry here, because I've cried too much already. Me being with a woman has been years, man. I don't even know how, maybe over 7, maybe more than that. I don't even know. I'm not gay, I'm not none of that shit, but I can't even work if I'm scared. You know, this bullshit. So we both victims. Victim of my girlfriend's lie, my fiance lie. People putting her behind her mind, and you people know it was Francis Kresge. But since you're all white pieces of shit, you're going to stick together. Right? You're not going to let this dark-skinned, beautiful woman, you know, I'm going to do what I want. Because like I said, if she was white, that wouldn't happen. And I hope you white women in that office, I don't care if you're her best friend, you need to go ask her and look at her face. Please. And I hope every single one of you slap her. You see, there's something about Latinos that they do. I was watching Primer Pacto. I believe it was extra. Primer Pacto extra. And they were showing this lady who was babysitting. And she was smacking this kid around, trying to make, just took this little baby. And did all kinds of shit, but she was being video. She didn't know that. Well, she was going home to a pueblo. People opened the door to their car and started popping her. She don't know what the hell. She was running. And every time she went on another car can't pop, they popped her in the face. And then she realized she was a demon. Why are you doing it? Demon, okay, why? Tell me why. Pop! And they told her about the baby. Oh, now she tried to really run. She was trying to put the damn Mark 5 on them sneakers, but they weren't going nowhere. Bam! Bam! You see, this was that little girl this lady beat up. This is the little daughter. This is your daughter that loved me, and I loved her. That Detective Huggins, DA, hostess, PMP, you, Mr. Mitchell, you too, Bridget, you too, Mr. MacArthur. If you don't do anything about this, now, when you see this video, when you knew what happened back then, and you don't do anything about it, then you need not to be where you at. You need not to defend nobody, because you didn't do anything but let them kill that person. You can't stop them because you don't have the heart. You're nobody, neither one of you, or anybody. I give you a little credit, Bridget, because you went in front of Judge Bonaventure knowing he's going to tell you no. That was a setup too. Come on, Bridget. So, you know, I'm sorry this is a little long, but you tell me, how would you do out there in the streets, living, sleeping, under here and under there, anyway? How would you like somebody to take your livelihood for no reason at all, because they could? Do you know how many years I polished shoes? Do you know do you know and it's sad, because Bridget Hoffman, look, let me look over a couple of things. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Bear with me, I'm sorry. Okay. Look, on the plea, the plea agreement. Hello. Right? On the plea agreement, it was not even the same DA because she fucked up anyway, right? So they got this somebody else here. I don't even know. Power. Anyway, this district attorney. Anyway, this district attorney is Mr. Clark Peterson. Not even the same district attorney. Piece of shit, huh? You see? But worse than that, right? Look, his signature down here. Now, Orlando Delgado, right? Defendant, right? What do you say? Right? Not my signature check. Attorney for the defendant. See? See that? See? All right. This is another one of these. I want to make sure that I'm not making a big mistake here. Like they did. All right. Bear with me. Thank you. You know, if you want some reality TV, this is the kind of shit you need. You need to have people monitor DAs. You need this immunity shit. That's reality TV, all right? That Kardashians, that's not. My bad. Mom looks good. What's up, Mama? How you doing, Mom? Ever come to Vegas? Look me up. My bad. Okay? But really, you want some reality TV, this kind of shit. This can save lives. You know, we monitor these people. Because I wonder how many times they done did this to people and put them away in prison. How many times did they do this kind of crap? Even if it's once too many after all the good things you've done. You think you can turn around and try to play something back? God don't like ugly, man. I went through all that. I sat in the county jail through all, inside the cell. I hardly came out. I mean, and I mind my business. And I remember this one CO come up in there and grabbed all my books. I said, man, come on. I've been up here 11 months. Nobody else bothered me. Well, you can only have so many so-and-so. And he took it. And I think it was Mr. Roberts. He was so cool, this man. I can remember him back in the day. He would let you out of the cell if you can answer a question. You know, while you was locked down after dinner, he was cool. He let you out a little bit before that, 15 minutes. That was cool. Give you a trivia question. That was the same man. He came up that morning and looked at my cell. He said, man, what the hell is your book said? What? Everybody knew I never bothered him. I slept on my mattress on the floor. That's how many things I have about Christ, because I had to take that trip with him. You know, I had to go through this. I'm sorry to scare you, Bridget, but it was supposed to. You see, you people thought that I wasn't smart enough. Yeah, I went to Blake's Crossing on purpose. I had to. You ain't smart enough. God is smarter than all of you. And he gave you a chance to do the right thing, and you didn't. That's why that day, Miss Hostess, he made you open your mouth at Smith's. So now, you know, I'm trying to find is the other one. I think I have another copy. I just want to make sure. So, bear with me. Okay, this will be. Anyway, the plea agreement, I thought I had two of them. The thing about the plea agreement, and you can see how sneaky everything has been, you know, Detective Huggins hiding behind the voluntary statement of Ernie Siri, he wasn't my friend. from page 15 probably on to the 22, that was a lady named Liz. So Detective Huggin was trying to, sabotage it, trying to, hide it, behind that. And, she only wasn't going to go ahead and do protocol. She was going to miss that by asking her, she was there when the officer was there? She said no. So, she already knew good. It's like that was about, nothing else. So once again, she was not going to call the officer, and she was just going to go ahead and get me anyway, because it's too late. She's already called me a name. If we look at it, she said, if I call you, our report says if I call him a psycho again, he's going to kick my ass. Right. You said it again, right? Did you say I was a liar at all when I called you that? Of course not. You just kept saying if I call him a psycho again. So you initially started this on purpose. This kind of shit when you didn't have no right to do that to a civilian that was cooperating. But you take it and make what you want out of it. You talk and you do these little sneaky things with Miss Hostas, with the judge. The judge allowed that. So I don't care, Miss Jennifer, you allowed that. You need to step off that bench and go someplace else, like the jail. Because, like I said, that tape was like a movie script. As soon as I walked in, you make sure you went up to the bench, approached the bench, so another new charge, burglary charge, when they never had nothing to do with anything. And you know that. These little things were done prior for me to come in. See, that's ugly. This kind of stuff, this is reality TV. We need to stop that. You people out there, just because we're poor, and you only have so much for counsel, that's why we wind up in prison. No, don't get me wrong. Just because you pay a lot of money to a lawyer, that could be just as bad. You still got a pleader. That's either way, you got a pleader. You see? But when you try to speak your mind in front of a judge, they want to knock you down because you're not a lawyer. But if you look at one of my cases against the public defender's office, look at it, you'll see. It was a state, me and I was in jail for some bullshit I didn't do either. But that was how it violated all my rights and everything. That's another case, but go ahead and look at it, please. I worked at Ritter Havens Corpus, and I couldn't get no money out of it because it made sure that I didn't get it. Everybody knows everybody here. This is what's wrong with this town. This is what's wrong with the system. You take the poorest person, right, and make him the worst person because he's poor. Not because he's guilty, because he's poor. That's reality TV for your ass. But anyway, here, if we look here, this is how Ms. Hoffman had to do. Bridget, you're still there after all these years. You'll never go nowhere. No one's going to hide you because they know you compromised. Okay, Bridget, you can stand up right now. You tried to do that for me, but that was a compromise one. You and Vicky put me in the middle, like Barry White in the mix. So you all right know what I'm talking about. Anyway, look how they told her, look, you don't have to sign. Don't worry, Bridget. You don't have to sign. Look, you don't have to sign. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Don't sign it. Don't even date it. Don't worry. We'll get over first. I don't have it. Nothing to sign it. The DA signature, right? DA signature. I'm not Bridget. So don't worry. You ain't got to sign. We just coerce them. Coerce them into a coercion. When I always said I did that to get her out of there because she was on drugs. Instead, she dies. She's dead. Ain't that right, Miss Hostess? You're the one who said that to me. She's dead, 2014. Once again, it took me this long. Thank God that I was able to find the papers. All the couple had my papers for 15 years. 205, excuse me, maybe 11 years, my bad. All them years in the garage, I could never find it. So it took 2 more years after I talked to Solstice for me to come in today and put it on the tape. I don't have many words right now no more. All I got left is these 1, 2s. Understand? You can help me by doing the right thing, by putting them away, or getting them out the way. Okay? You, officer, that came that Saturday, if you ever see this tape, you knew the truth. You told us that was all bullshit. And like I told her, that was bullshit. Neither one of us That's what we say. But Liz knows. Crystal knows that Fran was the one that kept pushing. Crystal knows the same nurse told her to shut the hell up. Crystal was there. Crystal knows that Fran was the one that said, because she looked at Crystal. Crystal looked at Fran like, yeah, what the hell are you saying? That's not what happened. But Crystal couldn't do nothing because Fran manipulated her. Okay? Bridget Hoffman knows that she had Crystal Menken now. You knew that, Bridget. After 11 months, you tell me that shit. Thanks for leaving me up there. You see what happened here? You took a person that was poor and destroyed him. Took his little business, his own, that's all I ever had was my DJ business. I can't do anything no more. It's been 16 years since I put 2 albums together, try to mix anything. I don't have the money to get it back. I'm too old to try to get it back. Somebody's going to give me my shit back. Or somebody's going to get hurt. I don't care. Either way, this is America. What happened? What happened? Huh? What happened when the system fucks up? Are they going to keep covering up? Or are they going to come after me now? You're going to come to my home when you see this video and fucking come to me? Come on. That's what you got. Make sure you come with all those bitches because that's all you're going to have to do. The same shit you did before. Huh? Miss Huggins? Got all these people to come after me, Miss Huggins? I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping they're telling me where you at. Because the way you at is where I'm coming. You understand? Detective Huggins, people turning blind eye on you all these years. Just recently, again, you fucking drunk driving. Fuck, man. Come on, man. You're a disgrace to me, and I'm an ex-convict. Thanks to you. Miss Hostess, you're so scared that you hid behind her when I said you're Detective Huggins. I knew you wasn't. Who doesn't know an ugly-ass man when they see one? That's an ugly man, Detective Huggins. Ugly-ass woman, too. Anyway, and you, Miss Hostess, you couldn't even tell me who you was. You don't know who you left myth. Yeah, you don't know who I was. But I hope you went around talking shit about that. That's what I'm hoping. And I believe if I'm right, I know God is, you did that. You did it for 2 years. And maybe you just did it for this Christmas too. Because I told Miss Huggins, I told Miss Hoffman that I was going to put you on YouTube. She said, oh, I can't wait. Let me know. I said, why you want to know? Are you going to let her know? I ain't going to tell her nothing. I don't know about that, Miss Hoffman. I'm not sure. Because that's the same person who told you to go ahead and send me the legs crossed. That's the same person that was going to make you put me on the stand so I can get slaughtered. I'm Miss Hoffman. You want to keep it 100%, Miss Hoffman? Then tell the truth. You want to keep it 100%, Mr. MacArthur? Tell the truth. Once again, I apologize to Mr. Cooper. I really do. You, PNP Lloyd, Miss Lloyd, you too. You need to go to prison. Everybody on this list that I mentioned needs to go to prison. Or needs to understand it should have never been. And you go get hit. If Miss Huggins uses Sergeant Huggins used it to arrest me that day, and now you know the truth, then you need to go kick that ass. Put it somewhere for me so I can get some too. This is America. This is the right. A citizen has a right to protect himself. When the system fails him and takes everything from him, what do you got left? Huh? I got these right here. I don't need no guns. Please. I'm going to bust you out with these. You got one Puerto Ricans, one too, baby, from the Bronx. X-Monster spot. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. In closing, you understand me? I've always stood up for what was right. And if I have to, I'll do it by myself. I'll do it alone.